This is a step-by-step guide on how to install VMware Workstation on your Windows machine. Start by going to your web browser and search for VMware Workstation Pro for personal use. Then click the first blog article from VMware. Navigate to the VMware Pro download link. You'll have to log into your Broadcom account. If you don't have a Broadcom account, you'll have to go ahead and register for an account. Once you're registered, you can go back to the login screen and go ahead and log in. When you're logged in, go ahead and expand out the version and expand out personal use for Windows. Go ahead and click the most current release. And there may be a user agreement you have to check here, but if you don't have it, then you go ahead and click the HTTPS download link. Once it finishes downloading, go ahead and run the installer. Takes a minute for it to pop up. Go ahead and navigate through here using the default settings, hitting next to the agreement. Hit next to the default location. I'll usually uncheck join the customer experience. Hit next again and then click install. And then go ahead and hit finish. You only need a license if you're using this commercially. You can use it for free for personal use in home labs. When you launch it for the first time, just check the box for personal use and hit continue. And now you're ready to create virtual machines. This starts the step-by-step guide for installing Windows. First, you'll need to start your internet browser and then go search for Windows ISO download. There's an option for a Windows 10 disk image ISO. Go ahead and click that. Then scroll down to create Windows 10 installation media and click download now. Once that downloads, go ahead and run the executable. Go ahead and select create installation media. You can leave the default settings and then go to ISO file. Select where you want to download the ISO to. Go ahead and finish the wizard. And now in your VMware Workstation, you're going to hit New Virtual Machine. You can leave it as custom. And this can be default. And then in this one, we're going to select the ISO we just downloaded for the Windows 10 ISO. Then select your machine name. You can leave it as UEFI for the firmware type. Select the number of processors. In this case, I went with one processor with 4 cores. Change your memory. I'm going with 8 GB on this one. You can leave your default network settings, and you can leave your default I/O and your default disk. Go ahead and create a new virtual disk, and then select the size of the disk you want. I'm going 40 GB. You can leave this as default, and then go ahead and hit finish here. At this point, go ahead and hit a key to boot from disk. One thing to note with VMware Workstation is you need to hit Control and Alt in order to escape the window once your mouse gets captured in it. And this, we're going to go ahead and right click the VM and go to Settings, go to Network Adapter, and then deselect the Connect. this is to prevent it from forcing you to create an online account when you're installing Windows. And then hit next through your installation wizard. You can select I don't have a product key. We're going to be using this for lab use, so we're not going to be using a product key. Go ahead and select home. Hit accept license terms. Select custom. And select the hard drive you're going to be installing the OS on. And this starts your installation. And once it finishes, it'll go ahead and reboot. Select your region. Next, go ahead and select your keyboard layout. And you can skip your second keyboard layout. As long as your network's not connected, you'll have the option in the bottom left for I don't have internet. And then you can select continue with limited setup. Then choose your username. And your password. Go ahead and fill in your security questions. You can deselect all these privacy settings. And then you can hit not now for Cortana. Now that you're in Windows, you can go turn your network settings on again. Right click your VM, go to settings, network adapter, and check the box for connected, and hit OK. In this case, you can see in the bottom right, it did not automatically turn on my internet. It ended up being a DHCP setting, so for that I fixed it by going to open network settings and then going down to change adapter options, right clicking the adapter, going to properties, going to IPv4, setting properties, and then select my DNS settings, and I just used the Google's 8.8.8.8. Close that out. And then usually anytime I change a network setting, I'll disable the NIC and re-enable it. And you can see in the bottom right, you got the icon for the internet is connected now. Now we can start updating the system. So we'll go hit start, type in Windows Update, and click retry if it has that option. After a few minutes, you'll see all the available updates, and those will start downloading and installing. After the patch is all installed, go to hit restart. And then once all the patching has completed and applied, you can go ahead and log in the system, make sure everything looks good, and this completes setting up your Windows 10 VM for your lab environment.